All right, for graphing an equation that looks like this, the number that is multiplied out front, our coefficient, that is always going to be the y-intercept. That's our starting value. We also want to be thinking about where's the asymptote, since the y-intercept is relative to that asymptote. Well, because there's no shift here, there's nothing added or subtracted on the end of our equation, my asymptote here is going to be at 0. And so, yeah, go ahead and draw that in just so you can remember that it's going to be there. But then my y-intercept then truly is my y-intercept where it's going to cross the y-axis up there at 3. To go from there, we use our base, which in this case tells us that we're going to double the height as we go to the right. And so if I'm currently up at 3 and I double that height, it's going to end up having to be up at 6. And if I double that height, 6 would go up to 12, which is off my particular graphing grid. If it fits on yours, use it. So if I'm doubling as I go to the right, that is I'm multiplying by 2, then if I'm going to go to the left, I would have to divide by 2. So I'm going to go from my starting value of 3, and if I cut that in half, I end up at 1.5. And if I cut that in half, I'm at 0.75. A lot of this, though, you can really do just visually in terms of cutting these values in half. And so we then get our graph in that way. Now, a little note here, please do remember that that next point, even though it didn't fit on my grid, it was going to be over there one more, and it was going to be up 12. Now, I knew that as I was making that graph. And so I didn't want to go and bring that and extend it up to like do one of these, which sometimes I'll see people do, where they'll try to extend that graph over. No, you know that as we hit that point, that it's going to be to the left of that still as I cross through here. So don't cross that next hash mark, because you know that the only reason why you're not crossing it is because it's way up there. It's off our grid. So just be cognizant of that as you're actually plotting those points.